on your roof. Now, here's another possible solution. You mentioned something that would be more accessible for a kayak launch for somewhat of a handicapped or compromised person. There are some areas by the boat launch that you could do some expanded parking. You could put an area in there, and basically, why couldn't they have some kind of ADA sticker or something like a handicap placard? It might work good. And as far as some of the toilets that are around the park area, I know it would be a little bit of expense, but they would be more sanitary possibly if you did some kind of a porta john that was clean periodically might be an option.
All right, thank you. Yes?
Muscatine Walking, Terry Apple, co-chair of our Friends of Cleveland Township Trails. I'd like to talk about another idea that I suggested about 10 years ago to park management, and that is, could we possibly get one trail connecting Waterloo Road to the park trail that's paved for bicycles? You can point to Waterloo Road there. We go through the park to the paved trail and out towards Michelin or towards the lake. We've always dreamed that we would connect the Berry Junction Trail with Lake Michigan with our trail system here in the township, and we're working on it. We've got a wonderful natural area now that's being developed. Hasn't no bike trails yet, but wonderful hiking trail. Another effect that I think a bike trail might have is to reduce some of that parking space that we so desperately need, because people will be riding their bikes into the park, which take way less space than a car does or a boat. And, you know, bike racks are really inexpensive. We could place a few of them in the park, and then people could ride all the way through the park to Lake Michigan. I think it's a great idea, and a lot of people would support this. And just put it before the board here again as a possible plan. I have it written down too.
Okay, so one thing I didn't point out on the map is that we did, if you see that dark green line through there, we did zone that with that in mind.
Is it?
Yes. But I think the way we were looking at it is if it connects to something else, or if it's, you know, right now to just spend the money to pave that for, you know, a few houses or whatever is probably not gonna be realistic, but if it's part of a bigger proposal, we have it ready to go.
People do use Waterloo Road now on bicycles and walking into the park, so it's a good access from Easter Road. And Easter Road is one of our connecting trail sites for that cross township trail. So it is already used. And I know in the old days, this was a bike trail. Hopefully it was well protected by the roads, but it would be a future as well. Thank you for taking our suggestions.
So we'll take a few more questions, but it is gonna take a while to get your comments down, and just because, so I'd like to try and stick to kind of questions that we can answer. If it's a comment, we have comment cards for you to write it down. We're not gonna be able to hear from everybody. So we'll spend about another 5 minutes maybe in this format, and then we'll explain how we want to get your input.
This is a question.
Okay? Then please continue.
The boat trailer parking was negotiated early on to be no more than 14 spots. And I've been on the lake when there's been 6 power boats vying for position, and it's traffic. And it's detrimental to kayakers. I've been nearly swamped trying to cross a 2-foot wave. Okay, so 14 seems to be plenty. You're talking about increasing the parking lot for boating. Are you thinking of more kayak parking, or are you thinking of increasing the trailer parking? Because there's been commitments before that would not be expanded.
It was to expand the boat trailer parking, but kayak trailers also don't have anywhere to park without taking up spots. But
Just to follow up, Kevin Kay, was it Kelso or Klecko?
Telco.
Committed to no more than 14, okay? And when I saw that they were parking trailers outside of that area, it was because kayakers were using it, okay? I have no problem with 14, well, because it's established, okay? And if there needs to be more parking for kayakers, kayakers don't affect the lake like the other power boats do. I'm not talking about fishermen. Fishermen zoom across the lake, and then they're at the shore. That's not the issue. In fact, I'm glad that they're there, because if we had 14 power boats for half the lake, which is a state park, then 14 power boats from the private residences, 28, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised that that power boats, that this is a destination on a small lake, to be honest, but, you know, we don't wanna create another problem by solving one problem, so it's something that we'll look at and take that into consideration. I certainly wasn't aware of any promises that had been made, but, you know, we'll obviously consider something very carefully. And I should say, when we were talking about expansion, we were talking about probably a maximum of, what, 20?
The number 14 was part of the master plan back in the 80s, and I think it was put in place in 84, and there was a lot of work that went into determining that number.
Okay, well, we'll go back through and look at it.
I've got copies of those plans, but since then, obviously, there's been a lot more boat traffic that has come onto the lake on the west end and more on the south side. So it was established that 14 was the maximum, and that was 35 years ago. So things have obviously not gotten better, the density's gotten worse. So I think that's a very strong point that put forth. I think a lot of people in the room, that's, you know, an issue.
Okay. All right, thank you.
If there's an
Let's
issue
see, just see if there's anyone else first, because I don't, yep.
Why is the park not open to snowmobiles in the winter? I mean, I don't hike as far as I used to because I'm getting older, but it's a beautiful trail to maybe have one trail designated just to slowly cut through the park in the winter. It's beautiful. Yeah.
I thought the park was open to snowmobile.
Is it open to snowmobiles?
Yeah.
It was.
I mean, I wouldn't say riding on the hiking trails was desired, but the roads within the park, when they're shut to car traffic, it's allowed.
Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah, there's no.
You guys can't go there hiking in summer, but you still enjoy it.
Yeah.
How much snow have we got in the last 3 or 4 years? I don't think we need to waste our time with the snow.
So, at this point, do you want to explain? So what I think I'll do, Christie, is leave the actions on here, and if people want to just write it on their comment sheets instead of waiting. Does that make sense? Okay.
Okay, everybody, what we're thinking, since we have so many people, is we're gonna kind of make sure there are 4 stations around the room. We have the action plan, in the rear of the room here, and those are the items that Debbie went through on the slide in kind of bullet point form. And those are listed in detail on those 3 boards in the back of the room. Everybody has 6 dots that you received when you walked in the room, and if you don't have them, let Caitlin know and she can make sure you get them. We're asking you to use your dots to vote on what your priorities are of those action goals. We ask that you not double dot, so don't put all 6 of your dots on one item. Please spread them out among the 6 items that are most important or most priorities to you. There are also some Post-it notes on the table side of the room, in the back, we have the statements of significance. And those are the items that Debbie talked about kind of towards the beginning of the slideshow. These are the things that are special about Duck Lake State Park. Not every park can be everything to everybody. So this is what the DNR has determined makes this park special. And so we want you to read through those and tell us if you agree that those are the things that make Duck Lake State Park special. Again, we have Post-it notes at the rear of the room on the table back there, so feel free to write your comments. And for both of those items, you can also write comments right on this piece of paper that you were handed on your way into the room. You have extra copies of that if anybody needs extra.
Is there a way to do this online?
There is, yes. Is that on the agenda?
Well, we have the website on the agenda.
Yes, so from the website, there is what we call a story map. We didn't show it here tonight because we figured you'd either be here but if you want to do that option, the story map will walk you through the parts of the plan when you already know it, so you can just look for the big blue buttons. And the blue buttons are where you can say yes or no to the significant statements. You can vote the 6 of the action items. You can put notes on the management plan, and then you can tell us whether we did a great job or a terrible job of getting your input.
So that's the
So-
park management plan's website that's at the bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so if you don't want to wait tonight, because obviously it's going to take a little while to get everyone through those boards, yeah, you can either go to michigan.gov/ducklake or michigan.gov/park-management-plans, and you'll see where you can get public comment. So yes, feel free to do that. And everything will kind of come together as far as the comments, so it doesn't matter if you
Here,
Right, or if you write it on a sticky note, or if you put it on your form, it's not like one thing's gonna be more important than others, so, yeah, you can definitely go home and log on your computer, but we will hang around too, so if you've got particular questions or anything, any one of us here can answer questions.